Welcome back to my YouTube, guys. I'm back with another Q&A today, purely because everything's staring at me like I'm talking to him. Purely because from my first Q&A I did, like a get to know me video welcome to my YouTube, I still get so many questions every single day. And they're like kind of the same kind of questions. So I thought I might as well just make a YouTube. And there's also questions I haven't answered before, like ever. Okay, this first question I honestly get asked every single day of my life, whether it be on TikTok, Insta DMs, like replying to stories. I get this question so much. So I'm just going to do an in-depth, quick summary of my girls, of the girlies. I get asked about the girlies all the time, and yeah, I will answer it for you. So, where did you get them done? Where I went has clinics all over the UK, so you can pick, to go to London, to Manchester. I randomly chose to go to Preston because I know, super random, but my clinic was in Birmingham that I went for all my consultations at, like saw my nurse at my checkups, but my actual surgery was in Preston. This was because it was just the soonest date I could get done. I wasn't really that fussy, like they sorted me a car, I had to go there and stuff. And yeah, I was a day patient. I didn't stay overnight, which basically means that you get your operation done and then you leave. You stay for a few hours to make sure you're okay and then you leave. Because a night patient was like, I think like a few £100 more. Obviously then you get to stay overnight, you get to be looked after by nurses. I think in the future I would possibly do that. But at the time my mum just came and picked me up and then we went to a hotel together afterwards. I went for, I believe, this was a while ago, so I'm going to have to try and remember. I tried to search on my emails and stuff, but I couldn't find. I think I went for 320cc over the muscle, round shape, and I went for high profile. That's like the medical terms for what I got. How was the recovery? So I'm not going to lie, this is something I really, really underestimated before getting the surgery. It's a surgery, guys. You're putting your body under a lot of strain and pressure, and my recovery was honestly awful. So one of my incisions didn't close up properly and it actually therefore got infected. So I had to keep going back to the nurse and doctor every single week to just make sure that was going to heal properly. The aftercare from the brand or the doctors was insane. Really, really, really good. It was in actual COVID times. We were still in a kind of semi-lockdown when I got them done, and I had a lot of video calls, FaceTimes, showing me how to dress it. I could still go into the clinic then and see them. Yes, but so my aftercare was good. The place that I went, I'll put it on the screen. It's called Maya Cosmetic Surgery, I believe. That's their Instagram. That is where I went, and that is where I would probably go back to if I was going to get my boobs redone again. Not sure if I would, but yeah. I can't remember my surgeon's name. I've had them for 4-ish years now, and I can't remember my surgeon's name. I'm sorry. I feel like they just basically assign you a surgeon anyway. I think they give you a list and then you pick and choose, but they just assign me that guy. I didn't ask for anyone in particular. But maybe do your own research if you did want to get them done there on the surgeons and things, because that's something I would maybe do in the future, research the surgeon. Was it worth it? Now, at the time, I think I was a lot younger and I really, really, really wanted to get them done because I was basically on the contraception pill and I had C cup size boobs. I then went off the contraception pill and my boobs shrank and I just felt like a little girl again. I felt like I'd lost my kind of femininity, my womanhood, but in hindsight, I look at people now with smaller boobs and I think I didn't need to do that to myself. I didn't need to have these like scars on my body. I didn't need to go through a surgery to feel better, because ultimately I always think about these things. You get something done, but you never ever feel good about yourself anyway. But this is the case for me. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I get it done, but then I'm self-conscious about something else. Like, I think for me, I have to like work on it really mentally, because actually changing stuff doesn't make me feel any better. But that was my experience. I hope I've spoken enough about it. Sorry if you really don't care about it, but I do honestly get messages about it every single day. So yeah, I would recommend the place that I went to. I had a really good experience. That's exactly what I got medically, and yeah, I think I've pretty much given an in-depth answer to that one. Did I know George before TV and socials? Do you mean, did I know him before I did TV and socials? Because if not, no. But I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was when I I didn't know him before he was on socials, but when I got with him, I also didn't really know who he was. Yeah, I'd watched Gogglebox in the past, but I didn't really like care about the characters on there. I don't know, I just didn't really take notice. And social media, he never ever came up on my view page. Neither did Joe or Lisa. I don't know why, but my view page is very girly. It's very like outfits, makeup, aesthetic. So maybe that's why. When I met him, my friends were like, oh my God, like he has a really big podcast. And I was like, a podcast? I was like, show me. And I was like, oh, like I put all the pieces together. I was like, oh, like that's cool. But it didn't really attract me towards him, if that's what you mean by that. I don't know. So short answer is no. Tell us the celeb crush. I know I said I'd answer all, but I actually can't answer this one, guys. You're trying to get me in trouble. No, we're not going there. What work have you had done, filler and Botox wise, and why did you get them done? So I have had lip filler because I had quite thin, small lips. So I've had a bit of lip filler, which I've got done like once a year. So I've got like 1 ml in my lips essentially, and then it dissolves, because lip filler dissolves with your metabolism. Because they're basically just putting something into your lips that already gets produced by your body and gets broken down by your body. So get them done once a year. Also, I've tried the Botox above the lip, because I don't really want to keep getting lip filler. So I tried that, and that did make a difference. It like pulls your top lip up slightly. I've got that done before. I've also got baby Botox done before around my smile lines and there, but I don't think I would get that done again. Didn't see a difference with it. I feel like I really thought, because I was in my mid-20s, that I needed to go and get baby Botox. I think that's just a thing that's fed to you by social media. And I don't know, I felt a lot of pressure that I should be getting it. But yeah, I didn't need it, wouldn't get it again. I would get the lip Botox thing done again. Yeah, got my boobs done. Another one, will I live in Essex forever? I'm going to say no. Like, I don't see myself living in Essex forever. For now, yeah, it's pretty nice, but I'm not sure if I actually want to live in the UK permanently when I'm older, because I just don't really vibe with the UK that much. I know everyone says this. I don't know where I'd actually live though. But Essex, just basically Essex, I'm going to say no. Are you still friends with the girls you were with in Ibiza when you met George? So I feel like I have been sent this before, like obviously people see me posting with certain groups of friends and then not. And yes, I'm still friends with them. One of the girls went travelling, the other one has a really serious job, and the other one we just kind of grew distant, but I'm still friends with anyone. There's no bad blood. You just, I think, throughout different phases of your life are closer to different people at different times, and that's literally fine. Oh, one of them as well, sorry. Sorry to my friend Lucy, I forgot you. She's my friend back home, my school friend, and been friends with her for years. So yeah. I feel like I don't fall out with people and like unfriend people. That's not me. I just feel like I'm fine with being close to people at certain times and not close to people at other times. Do I get along with Kane? Yes. Obviously, I love Kane. He's so funny. He's honestly the sweetest person ever, guys. Like, he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. I don't think I could actually think of one negative thing about Kane. He's lovely. He's very different to me, but he's lovely. I'm like banging through these. You know what? There's so many. I'm really going to try. I'm really going to try. Did I get with George to try and be an influencer? Absolutely not. I never, ever, ever wanted to do socials. I'm a quite like reserved person, and the thought of like everyone knowing about me online really freaks me out, to be honest. But then I kind of didn't think of the positives about it before. Whereas like I see like George and Lisa and Joe and Kane, and they're all living like this fun like life, doing things that they enjoy. Like I always just thought about it negatively. I never saw the good points about it. So absolutely not. If anything, that was one thing I didn't like about George when we first got together, that he was an influencer. I thought that wasn't for me, and yeah. But you know what? If you love someone, that's like a silly reason, isn't it, not to be with someone? But I definitely didn't go after him to try and be one. Nuh-uh. So I'm going to answer this next one, and this is purely just because when I've spoken about it in the past, it's really, really helped people, and I've had a lot of like good responsive messages. I'm not sure how many people actually know about this. And if you didn't, shock warning, if you've had a loss, just a little disclaimer, if you've had like a loss with like a baby, you might want to skip this next question, as yeah. Before your miscarriage, were you and George even ready for a baby, and how did you find all of that affected you? So yeah, to give you the lowdown, last May I fell pregnant, and I was roughly 6 weeks pregnant when I lost the baby. I think I was meant to be 12 weeks. No, I was 12 weeks, but it only lived till 6 weeks. So I was like another 6 weeks in my body, I believe, not knowing that I had miscarried before it actually exited my body. Me and George did not plan to have a baby at this point in time. Like, absolutely not. Still now, no, like we're just focusing on ourselves and our own relationship. It happened by accident, and I was like, you know what, I'm not ready for a baby right now, but I love you, and I couldn't imagine like having an abortion or anything, because I thought my life right now is perfect. A baby would just be an addition, but it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't like cause any harm. Like, it was like a lovely thing, and we really got, both of us, we really got our heads wrapped around the situation. We were excited, we were preparing. And mentally, I do think that's the worst thing about when you lose something you're preparing for, and you know you're feeling it in your body. Like, it really took a toll on my body, I would say, because my body was preparing. Like, I had a little bump and things. You know, I had like a pregnancy pillow, and then it's kind of all just like gone overnight, and I really like was upset. Yeah, it was a shock. I was like, I've just wrapped my head around something, and I thought this was happening, and now it's gone again, and all this like preparation you do mentally and physically, and it's just gone. And you know, I'm still not ready for a baby. I wasn't ready for a baby then, and I think if I would have tried, it would have been a lot harder. Like, it was really hard, and like probably one of the hardest things you will ever go through as a woman. But I feel like it's not actually spoken about enough. You're meant to just, it's happened, move on with your life. Whereas I've had a lot of DMs and things like response about people feeling the exact same way, about it's really mentally challenging to come back and do a 360 and try and be your normal self again. I don't think I will ever be myself again before that happened, sadly. I will never be the Lauren that I was, but you know, we live and we learn. It's a life experience. It's a really horrible thing, to be honest. And yeah, I think that it affected me mentally for a long time. But anyway, I got my Eric now. If you wasn't doing social media, what would your dream job be? Hope you're okay. Thank you, I hope you're okay too. And I'm actually working towards my dream job right now. I am studying to be a Pilates teacher, and that is my dream. So I'm doing mat Pilates at the moment. Then I'm going to go into doing reformer Pilates, and then I'm going to do a yoga course. And then I'm going to do a yoga course. I want to get all my qualifications in my belt. I'm really, really interested in Pilates and the body, and I'm obsessed with it. And one day I would love to have my own studio. That is my dream, alongside doing social media. But that is probably what I'd be doing full time. If I'm obviously doing part time at the moment whilst working, but that's what I would be doing full time. One thing that George does that annoys me, biting his nails. Biting his nails. The sound of nails being bitten drives me insane. How much money have you spent on Labubus, Sonny Angels and Jellycats? I don't even want to work that out. That would deeply upset me. Opinion on Casey J saying she bought George. Guys, like, how can I have an opinion on this? Look, listen, it's funny. She was saying it in like a light-hearted way. Like, why would you, like, put yourself in my shoes. Why would you care about your boyfriend getting pied by another girl and them saying it? Like, how does that affect my life in any way? Like, listen, Casey is so nice and she's a lovely girl. I'm sure she said it in like a light-hearted, funny way. How did you feel when George hard launched you? Did you feel overwhelmed? No, so basically we weren't going to really do a hard launch thing because, like I said, I didn't really want to be on social media. That was my choice. He would have probably posted me way before that, but I was like, you know, like really cautious about the whole situation. I was like, is this what I want for myself? Because once you like get the followers, like that's it really, isn't it? And natural life. So basically what happened was we didn't plan to do that anyway, but we were on our flight back from Dubai and somebody had screenshot my whole Instagram story and posted it on TikTok for people to see. So I got on a flight with 2k followers. I got off my 8-hour flight and I had 25k followers, I think, on Instagram. And this video was just everywhere. People had already in that time made fake TikTok accounts of me, saying that it was me, and they were getting all these followers, and it was a whole thing. And then we thought, you know what, like not everyone knows now, but we may as well now. You know, we were really happy, we're in a happy place. We literally just got together on my holiday, made it official boyfriend and girlfriend, and it just seemed like the right time. Do I ever find people wanting to be friends with me now I have followers and things? I'm not sure. I think I'm quite quite naive in that sense. I don't know if I'd really realise it. I probably think people are just being nice to me. I have noticed like a lot of people from my like school and things who I never spoke to and haven't spoken in years have reached out to me. But, and like I'm not really interested in talking to them, but that is probably the only thing I've noticed. What's the best thing you've done so far in 2025? I'm going to say, again, bringing up the Pilates thing, but I'm really like happy that I'm actually studying and working on one of my passions that I want to build on. I'm actually really proud of myself for doing that because it's something I've always thought about doing, but then I've put off. I've been like, oh, not now, like you're so busy, and I'm really like, I love learning things. I love working towards something. I find that really fulfilling, and I do need that in my life to be happy, which I have just realised. So I'd say that's the best thing I've done. I haven't got my qualification yet, guys. I'm still studying, but yeah. Anyway, I think that is the main bulk of the questions done. thank you so much for sending them in. Obviously, I hope you've learned like a little bit more. I've gave you a little bit more insight on me now. And yeah, hopefully the question about the girlies is answered, because that is the one I get all the time. I'm sorry if you weren't interested in all the questions. I just tried to give like a whole range. But yeah, guys, my next two videos are going to be a Barcelona vlog, as I'm going there on Friday. Oh, by the time this is out, I'll actually be in Barcelona. So I'm going to Barcelona, and then I'm actually going on a brand trip. Like my first ever brand trip, and I'm going to be vlogging the whole of that as well. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Let me know any videos you want me to do down below in the comments, because sometimes I do get stuck. Like I feel like I haven't done a lot of question-based answering videos, and you know, I do want to switch it up, but I don't want to keep the content boring. I've done a lot of vlogs, so just let me know if you do want to see anything, because I read all my comments. I read all my comments. I read all my DMs. I read everything. Like if you've ever sent me a message, I would have seen it. I see everything. So yeah, just let me know what you'd want me to do, and stay tuned for the vlogs. I'm so excited. Like seriously. So excited. Literally just got my nails done for the holiday. Look at them. How gorgeous. Okay, anyway, gotta stop waffling. Bye.